Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Kiwi Bushcraft and Survival. I'm Glenn Vickery and today I'm going to be covering the CRKT Woods Chogan. Okay, Woods Chogan. This is a Tomahawk. Alright, and I just bought this. Okay, basically I chose this over an axe, alright, instead of buying an axe, and I feel that this would probably be better in the long run, because it's a little more versatile. So anyway, this is how it comes. It comes just with a plastic sheath on it here, okay, just a temporary type sheath so that you won't cut yourself, and cardboard, alright, just a cardboard thing to hold it on with a couple of plastic ties. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is I'll just tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so it's a Tomahawk, as I said. It's made by RMJ Tactical. Okay, designed by the guy named Ryan Johnson, and it's basically, well, the head of it here is made out of 1055. Okay, 1055 carbon steel. So being carbon steel, it can rust quite easily if it's not oiled and looked after. So any kind of carbon steel is an awesome steel, and it's especially if you want to use a steel on it to create sparks. Okay, but it's a good steel, but it needs to be looked after and well oiled while in the bush, in the field, well, anywhere really where it can get moisture on it. The handle, basically this one here is it's got the sharp end on one side, the axe, okay, the axe head, and then on this side it's got the hammer head, okay, and you can get the ones where it's got the spike head coming out this side, and they're good as well, but I chose this one in particular because the hammer head, I feel that you can get a lot more, you can do a lot more things with it. Okay, you can break rocks to get, stone instruments to use for cutting and all that kind of stuff. You can just do so many things with this part here. I just like it. I really do. I think you can use this in a lot more cases than anything else, especially if you're doing tent pegs, or you're doing stakes and that for traps, for doing traps and things like that, like spring traps and whatnot. Perfect. Okay, just so many more ways you can use this. The wood here is the wooden handle is hickory, but it's Tennessee hickory. What's the difference between Tennessee hickory and any other hickory? I have no idea. Because they mentioned that it's Tennessee hickory, I'd assume it must be better, but who knows. Anyway, hickory is a good wood. It's a straight grain, and as you can see, if you get one of these, one of the most important things is you want to check out the grain. Okay, make sure it's got no serious knots or anything like that. You want to get a nice straight grain. Alright, that's the end of this one there. It's actually, that didn't come like that. It's well, it did. I bought it like this, but that round circle there has just been imprinted in there. And there's the back end. Okay, so you want to get, here's the back end of it, a nice grain where the grain is all going up the handle, facing that way or coming back this way. Okay, you don't want the grain going what would you call it, vertical, okay, from the handle. Otherwise that's going to make it, that it's going to be weaker. So when you go and, if you do get one of these, something like this, even an axe, any kind of handle, you want to make sure the grain is a straight grain going straight up, is the best grain that you can get. And this was the best one that I could find. In fact, where did I buy this one from? Blade Master. Okay, I bought this from Blade Master in Auckland, and $109 New Zealand. Quite expensive considering how much they can be bought in the US. But you know, prices get marked up and whatnot. Everybody's got to make their cut, I suppose. Okay, how much does it weigh? 947 grams. So 947 grams, so that's just under 1 kg. Alright, just under 1 kg. So it's actually quite light in hand, and it's nothing, you know, for what you get out of this, as far as the use, you know, the amount of jobs that you can do for this, the weight is well worth carrying, which is part of the reason why I got this, because it's all about weight when you go out in the bush. You've got to consider weight. It's just one of those things, you know. So this is smaller than an axe to a certain degree. It's more like a hatchet, sort of almost like a hatchet size, but you know, it's a good chopper. The beauty about something like this is that the longer the handle with any kind of axe, like this is, I'm not even sure how long this handle is. Let's just have a quick look. Just measure the handle. So the handle is 480 millimeters. 480 millimeters. Okay, so approximately 480 millimeters. Don't know if you can see that. Alright, which is about 10, 20, 30, 40, 48 centimeters. Okay, 48 centimeters long. So you could get a reasonable swing on one of these, okay, and the more swing you get, the more inertia, more energy, the more that this blade is going to rip into the wood that you're cutting, okay, that you're chopping and whatnot. Now, obviously, if you get a longer handle, which you can with these, you can just make yourself a new handle. What I was thinking of doing is just making another handle out of our native tree, Akiaki, which is one of our strongest woods. Maybe totara, or just a hardwood, okay, just a different hardwood, but I'll definitely find a wood that's straight, you know, got a straight grain. Alright, so it's so it'll be a nice solid thing. Now the beauty with these is that another thing I like about these is that if you break the handle, okay, basically this, you can just replace it yourself in the bush, okay. You just get like a nice decent branch that you can find, you knock this hair off, okay, knock the head off, alright, of, you know, the blade and whatnot. You take it off, it slides down this way, okay, and then you just get another piece of wood. You might have to, like, you know, get your knife or whatever and just sort of get it to a similar shape, and then all you do is just slide this back on again, and away you go. Okay, you don't need any, with a normal axe you need like a wedge in here, and you need blimmin', what else do they use? They use a wedge, and then they got like sort of nails, like a sort of another wedge, a couple of wedges that go in to hold that wedge in, and all that sort of stuff. And it's just a nightmare trying to find another handle in a survival situation, or if you're out in the wop-wops. That's the last thing you want to do if you break your you know, your axe handle. Okay, so I think this is far better, eh? Far better. Anyway, it's obviously not going to compete with a full-size axe, just like a hatchet wouldn't compete with a full-size axe. But this will definitely do the job. It'll cut down any tree that you want to cut down. It might take a little bit longer, but who cares? It's all about You know, how many trees are you going to cut down anyway and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, let's I'm going to rip this here off and I'll do a couple more measurements for us. Oh, by the way, this has also got a lifetime warranty on it, which I quite liked. Although the lifetime warranty is only you'll have the lifetime warranty if you don't make any changes, you know, any modifications to the axe itself. Okay, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to make any modifications. You know, it seems pretty solid how it is. Some people, like, they put burn marks in it, and they, you know, strip off this sort of like a oil that they've got on here. Okay, and they strip it off and they put different oils on, like linseed oil and whatever else, to protect the handle, and I suppose everybody each to their own. But the only thing I'll probably be doing with this is, at this stage, I'll probably tidy it up around here. You can see the wood, where the wood's come right up, where the axe head has forced its way up and put pressure on there. Okay, so I really don't want it to be sitting in there as enforced. I want it like nice and smooth, where it actually just fits in there like a glove. Okay, so this is like the glove and this is like the hand, and you want it to just fit in just perfectly. You shouldn't have to be sort of ramming it in there as such, you know what I mean? So I want to take the head off, and I'll file all this down, or mainly probably file it a little bit, sandpaper and whatnot, and just get it so it's a perfect fit. In fact, the fit itself, looking at it from this angle, you can see there, it's almost perfect anyway, you know. So I'll probably just have to tidy it up a little bit. I mean, it's I pull down on that, she's pretty solid on there as it is. You know, I could knock it off, but no, that's a good fit as it is. So I'll just tidy up all that other bits of wood there. For this part here, okay, all it is just you just got to pull it off. Okay, you just bend it. Okay. Yeah. Take the hand. I'll show you. Take the hammer part here off first. Clip it there, and it just clips off. Okay. Obviously, and then underneath it's got this plastic piece here. All right, rubber piece. It's more rubber. Okay, just as a thing. So this one here is a temporary sheath. Okay. And all you do, slide it, try and get it so I'm not in the way, slide that part there on, alright, and then you just get the hammer piece and flick it over, okay? Just pull it over. I don't know if you could see that. Right, just get the hammer piece here and just pull it over, right, like that, so it's back on again. You know, I'm actually ordering myself I've ordered myself a proper one, a leather one, and I'll probably do a little bit of modification on the leather sheath, because apparently the clips on it and that are plastic, so I'll probably change those out to be metal ones, so they're more solid and reliable. And the other thing I'll probably swap out on the leather sheath is I'll probably unthread it. Apparently the thread is not waxed thread, so I'll probably rethread it with my sewing oil, and it should be a solid sheath as well. So they actually do come. They don't come with sheath, so you've got to actually buy one. Okay, if you want a sheath. There's a lot of noise coming from outside, like the neighbours. Don't know if it's there. Anyway, I'll end it there because I've got some people just come home. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'll get back to you with an update. I'm probably going to do a sharpening up on this, give it a bit of a sharpen up, and and then I'll probably get back when I've got the other sheath. Oh, correction, the other sheath for this. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Share, like, subscribe, and catch you on the next video. Tomahawk. Cheers. Bye-bye.